Hello everybody, Iowa Carver here. Well, I guess this video is going to be something I said that I probably wouldn't do, and that's film a brew day. And that's, I guess I got the bug, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. And it's not only a brew day, but it's a double brew day. So, cheers everybody. See, my favorite all-time beer, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. To me, this is just like the most well-balanced pale ale out there. I think it's great. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing an extract. American wheat. And, you know, I wanted to say something about, I was listening to a podcast on one of the brewing networks. I don't remember which one it was. And they were talking about, extract versus all grain and all that. And, John Palmer had to actually happen to be on this particular one, or with, I think there was like 3 guys there. But anyway, the point of the whole thing was they were talking, that, everything that, you most of you guys say, in SJ, that, extract brewers can make just as good a beer. And even John Palmer was saying, hey, I don't always have the time to do that, go through the, and go through that whole process of all grain. Sometimes I just don't have that, and if I want some beer, then but he said where people go wrong with some of the extract brews is that, those that come with the instructions to boil, he says too many people boil the crap out of their extract brews, and you don't need to do that. And he was saying that all you need, because it's already been boiled, he says this stuff's already been through all the process, and he says all you really need to do is pasteurize it. But when if you've got hop additions to do that sometimes creates a problem. So what he suggests to do is to put 1/3 of your extract in at the beginning when you start your hop additions, and go through the rest of the boil. And he also says boiling the crap out of it also means you don't have to have this, you want to hit your hot break and then get it down to, where it's just, you don't have to have it, like Colorado Rapids. He says, that's too hot, and especially with this stuff. He says that's fine when you're doing all grain, whatever, but with this stuff, and it's already been cooked. What you don't need to do that. So I'm just kind of, I just found all this interesting, and I was listening to another. Actually, I know these guys were from BasicBrewing.com, and if you guys haven't ever watched or listened to, they do both. If you go to BasicBrewing.com, and they have on the radio side, they have podcasts, and then they also have videos, and they release a video like every 2 to 3 weeks. So if you go to either their website, or you can subscribe to their YouTube, it's all loaded up to YouTube. So, but they've been doing the videos for like 5 years, and one of the very first things they did on their first video podcast was James Spencer had done side-by-side kits of the same kit, and he did one. Basically, he boiled it with the hops. He didn't even put any extract in it at all until 15 minutes left at the end. Now I've heard John Palmer say that that's not probably the best thing to do. It could create some off flavors or whatever. He recommends putting a third. But he did one that way, and then he did the same kit per the instructions, 60 minutes boiled all the way through. And then they had a taste testing, and visibly you could tell that the one where they boiled it for 60 minutes was, and this was like a mild ale type stuff, and it was visibly the boiled hard stuff was visibly darker. Both of them said both beers, both batches tasted good. They both thought the one that didn't have all the boil time on it tasted better, was more rounded tasting. The hops came through better on it. They just thought it was overall a better beer. So I wish that was something. I wish I had two of these kits, because I'd like to try that myself, and maybe I'll do that. That might be something. Maybe I'll order two of the same kits and give that a shot. But I thought it was, I seen Barry out there at the Brew Palette brewing with his brother, and I seen I think he did half up front and half in the last 15 minutes, but same premise, not boiling all the extract. But anyway, I've run on enough. But that's what I'm going to be doing. And this particular kit will include some Bryce Bavarian wheat, and it's a simple kit. I mean, it's just a DME and 2 hop additions. So that's a simple one. And some good old Safel US-05. So looking forward to getting that. So it's actually, I'm filming this on Friday night. I'm going to do it tomorrow, Saturday. Then I also have another brew I'm going to do, but that's going to be a different video, so that I don't end up running these things over. So anyway, thanks for checking in, everybody, and let's go brew some beer. Cheers. All right, we officially have this brew day underway here. Going to start off by putting in the first gallon of water here. Calls for, this is a 1 gallon batch, and it calls for the original boil. This is 45-minute boil, by the way. Calls for a gallon and a quarter. And I have a quarter or a quart of water already measured out here. So there we go. Alright. And we're on our way. And we'll be back as soon as that gets up to boil. Okay, so the water is now to a boil, so I'm going to take it off the burner here and mix in the extract. Hoping you guys can see that. Alright, so there we go. So this is the 1/3 cup of the dry malt extract. Just going to stir it in pretty good here. And for those of you who don't know, the reason I took it off the burner is this stuff burns very easily. It goes straight to the bottom and sticks, so we don't want it scorching in our beer at all. So anyway. Alright, so I'm going to move this back. I'm going to move it back to the burner, and then I'm going to get it to the hot break, add our hops, bring this to a boil again, add our hops, and start the 45-minute boil. We're waiting for this to come up to a boil. Just like to say thanks to all the support and all the subscribers out there to my channel. I really appreciate your support. I'm really having a lot of fun with this. And alright, here we go. I don't really have to worry too much about a boil over on this pot, but you know, if it was any smaller a pot, definitely would. So I'm just before I pitch the hops in here and start, I'm going to get this hot break under control. Keep turning the stove down a little bit. You can see it's really leveling out here, coming down, and now this is what you would call, you know, a full rolling boil. I'm going to go ahead and pitch or drop the 7 grams of Cascade hops. And I am going to start the 45-minute boil. Boy, those hops smell good. I love Cascade. So about 15 minutes remaining on the boil. When we get to that point, I will pour in the rest of the dry malt extract, and then at flame out we add the last 3.5 grams of Cascade hops, and that's pretty much it. Pretty simple kit. So I'm just going to kind of bring this down. We don't need a real hard boil. I'm just going to slowly bring it down so it's just breaking on the surface, and that's really all we need. So, all right, I'll be back here at the 15-minute remaining mark. So. Okay, we are back, and it's we're 15 minutes out. We're going to put in the rest of the dry malt extract here. Sticky stuff. Stir it in real good here. Alright, so I'm going to move this back to the burner. Bring it back up to a boil here. So we got about 15 minutes left, and then it's flame out. And we'll add the last of the hops. Just got to get this back up to a boil again. Temperature down a little bit, get my soft little boil here going. Okay, guys, I got the last hop edition at Flame out there. So now we're just doing the ice bath and bring this down as fast as I can to 70 degrees. Don't really have as much ice as I would have liked to have. I needed 10-pound bags, not 5-pound bags that my wife got me, but oh well. Move the ice around a little bit. Yeah, I got another 5-pound bag, but I was going to do another brew, but I'm thinking that I might just pass on doing a second brew today and use the other bag here in a minute. Alright, so we still got about 20 degrees to drop here. Yikes. Alright guys, I think I'm just going to shut the camera off at this point. As soon as I get down to 70 degrees, then I'm going to, pour and strain the wort off and pitch the yeast. So, I'll be right back. Alright, we are ready to pour the wort. Alright, now I'm going to aerate the wort. I'm going to let that sit a minute. Let some of that foam go down so I can get the wort. Yeah, I'll just aerate it a little bit more.
Alright, so I think that's about all, guys. Ready to pitch yeast. I'm going to wait for some of the foam to subside a little bit so I can make sure the yeast gets down in there. But that's all there is left, and I'm going to put a blow off tube on it, and hopefully she gets going here in about 24 hours. And I will place it in a I've got a tub, that a Rubbermaid tub with a aquarium heater. It's already temperaturized to 68 degrees and 68 to 69 degrees, something like that, and should be great. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll be back for another brew day. Thanks.